let's just say husband and wife, but also type A, type B. What I never want you to hear me say when I say this is that what you do is not valuable, because I know you love me so wholeheartedly in all the ways that you serve our home and I always say you make our house a home wherever it is. And that is a great, like, you're like, I did this for you. I prepped that for you and all this stuff. And I feel like I feel the love in that, but I'm like, not always the way I feel love. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
like the love languages.
yeah, quality time, physical touch, those types of things. Like,
sometimes you're like, hey,
tell
will
me
you
how
hug
great I
me? I'm
am.
like, oh, I'm kind of busy.
Yeah, I'm like, no, let me squeeze you.
I'm like, no, I have your coffee prepped.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I could have done that. Welcome to the Natural Parents Podcast, where we will cover all things faith, health, family, and wealth through a biblical perspective of putting things in life that matter most back into order. We're reminded in Matthew 6:33, where Jesus said, "But seek first the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness, and all of these things will be added unto you." Join us each week as we focus on what truly matters most in this life and passing those values on to the next generation. This is the Natural Parents Podcast with Ryan and Abbie Hugan. All right, so this weekend, something came blaring into focus, and it was how different men's and women's brains are. I mean, we know that this is a thing, but it was so evident in real time in our house where this was happening. So Ab was running around, had like 47,000 things going at the same time. Doing something on your laptop for the offices, something work related. You were cleaning the kitchen. You were washing sheets, had everybody's sheets washed and already in the dryer. What else? Tell me, I can't remember. What else you have? Meal prepping.
Yeah, I was meal prep. I was working on the computer. I was also thinking about meals that we wanted for the next month. I had called and asked all the kids to bring me their sheets and was getting things ready to clean.
Getting the vacuum out. Yeah,
yes.
Getting stuff out.
And then I was also thinking about breakfast, but that's the thing I delegated to you.
Sure. And I was crushing it, y'all. I know she had a lot. What else?
I was on the phone with my dad.
Oh, yeah. And you're on the phone making the plan for the day. And y'all, she might have been carrying a lot, but nothing like what I was doing, because I had all the tasks involved with, and hold on, wait for it, making breakfast.
He watched the water boil.
Y'all, I can do one thing exceptionally well. I will give it all of my attention. My wife's superpower is doing multiple things exceptionally well, and she crushes it. And we got to thinking that I think that this is so evident in so many other homes where the wife, or sometimes I'd say sometimes roles can flip, but there's somebody that does multiple things exceptionally well, and then there's those of us, the guys. Usually I find it to be where we do one thing and we do it exceptionally well.
Yes, I agree. And I mean, sometimes things that I'm multitasking don't turn out as good as if I didn't.
Like bacon. See, I had bacon in the oven, y'all.
Well, If
you don't make your bacon in the oven, highly recommend, by the way.
Yeah, it's the best. It makes it like just melt.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other morning I was doing a bunch of different things, and including cooking bacon in the oven, and I thought I had more time than I did. And I came out and like half of it was really black, but that's okay because it still got made and the rest was edible.
We got half of it. We got half of the pan.
Yeah.
That was not burnt.
But it's just funny because you watched that water boil for breakfast.
There's steps. It's just what you told me.
Make some
breakfast.
Oatmeal.
I was making breakfast.
There was no better watcher of that water than you.
Y'all, I just can't. I can be singular in focus, and I can do that really well. But you're just amazing at truly a lot of people say, oh, you got multiple tabs on your browser and multitasking is not really possible, all this kind of stuff. But I just feel like you are of the cloth that you do multiple things and you do it well. There are the off chances here or there where you leave your husband stranded on the. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
it's just
that was a multitasking
event.
Yeah. So the other day I was inside doing a few things and walked outside, I think to take the trash out. And then I was like, oh, I could mow for a second. And so like I hop on the mower and I'm mowing, and I was like, gosh, Ryan should be home by
But did
now.
you get the trash to the trash can first?
Yeah.
See, this is me. I don't.
Mm-mm.
Like, I don't complete the task when
Mm-mm.
my brain takes over and I see it's like I'll walk into a room to get something and I'll do 3 other things. I'll come back in. I'll be like, wait, I didn't get the thing I went to get.
Yes.
You're great. You see it through and then you're like, oh, there.
I could,
there.
yeah.
I could knock that out.
And I mean, sometimes mowing, I'm all over the place. I'm like, oh, I can mow over here. But we don't also have a set yard yet.
No,
like,
it's
we are still getting
post-construction zone.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah. So I'm like mowing and I'm like, gosh, Ryan should be home by now. Look at my phone. I have like 6 missed calls.
It's fine, y'all. I was fine.
And then the text that says the officer really wishes you would hurry up with because it sent a code to my phone for our insurance app. And he just needed to prove that he had
I actually had insurance.
Yeah. And so
I didn't get pulled over for doing anything wrong inherently.
Well,
I just don't have
kidding.
license on my new truck yet.
Yeah. We
Which
got
apparently you're not supposed to drive without.
Yeah. But anywho's, so I think that women are really good at that, and it's stressful sometimes
to be on the receiving side of such amazing excellence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other day, I was going to talk about when you didn't mail a card that I asked you to mail.
Yeah.
They're like, I got it. I got this. And I was leaving you and the kids and the office. And I was like, please just make sure that this gets in the mailbox. I got it. Of course. I can mail a letter, you said. Later that night, I said, so did you mail that letter? Oh, I thought you were kidding.
Which would have consisted of, by the way, walking said letter to the mailbox in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I just had to
by the van.
Right.
Yeah. That's all. And now he doesn't even know where said letter really even is. So
I think it's still sitting on the front desk at that office.
So
but you hear that? There's 2 things. I had the kids and I was still working on
multitasking just really doesn't work for some people.
No, it's I joke all the time. I laugh, the Moana, our kids are not big Moana fans, but the
we watched it once.
Yeah, whatever the guy's name is there. The song became famous. He played by The Rock, but he's like, what can I say except you're welcome? That's how I feel when I do one singular. I'm like, dishes done. You're welcome.
Yes.
Like, laundry.
Anything else?
Sorry about you. Right. So no, I don't know. I just think that is all too common. It can't just be our house where that's the case.
No, it can't. But I do wonder if sometimes it's the male that's, multitasking. I think it kind of has to do with type A and type B. If I had to assume, I really don't know that.
I would think it's probably less gender specific and more, like you're saying,
personality.
Very much so straight-laced personality, have all the things, ducks in a row.
High strung.
Yeah, stressing.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you stressing? I always
get
your forehead right there. I'm like, just relax that part of your face. What are you thinking about?
Relax.
Yeah.
Just chill.
And Ab is not good at going to bed with a to-do list.
No, and sometimes
it's better if you make the list.
Yes, and sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and add to it real quick.
Or what was it the other day? You woke up and you were making something. It was 3 a.m. What was that? The other day I heard you clanking around in the kitchen. I'm like,
I forgot to set something out for breakfast. I wanted to thaw out some crescent rolls that I had pre-made and froze. And I was like, I didn't get those
she doesn't
out.
even know how to relax when she relaxes.
No.
She's in bed stressing about the things that didn't get done.
But you were fed in the morning, so it kind of pays off.
But if I wouldn't have been, this is what I always say.
Did you know that we spend about 1/3 of our lives in bed? That's over 8 hours a day that our body should be resting, healing, and restoring. But did you ever stop to think about what we're breathing in during that time? Most mattresses today are made with synthetic foams, flame retardants, and chemicals that release toxins into the air, especially while we sleep. That's why we made the switch to My Green Mattress, made with only clean organic materials. There's no chemical smell, no off-gassing, just a pure supportive mattress that helps your body truly rest and recover the way it was designed to. As a family, that peace of mind is worth everything. If you want to create a healthier home from the inside out, go check out the link in our description. You'll see exactly why we love our green mattress and why we'll never go back. As parents, we love finding natural ways for our family to feel their best, and that is why we chose Llama. They make genuine Baltic amber jewelry for both kids and adults, known for its soothing and grounding properties. For little ones, it's a beautiful natural option to help with teething and inflammation, and for adults, it can help ease tension and bring a sense of calm throughout the day. Each piece is handcrafted from authentic Baltic amber. It's never plastic, never imitation, just simple, natural comfort that fits your lifestyle. Check out the link in our description to shop Llama, natural comfort for the whole family.
And this is where communication between, let's just say, husband and wife, but also type A, type B, like our needs. What I never want you to hear me say when I say this is that what you do is not valuable, because I know you love me so wholeheartedly in all the ways that you serve our home and I always say you make our house a home wherever it is. And that is a great, like, you're like, I did this for you, I prepped that for you and all this stuff. And I feel like I feel the love in that, but I'm like, not always the way I feel love. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
like the love languages.
yeah, quality time, physical touch, those types of things. Like,
sometimes you're like, hey,
tell me
will
how
you hug
great I
me? I'm
am.
like, oh, I'm kind of busy.
Yeah, I'm like, no, let me squeeze you.
I'm like, no, I have your coffee prepped.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I could have done that.
I'm like, no, I'm hanging up your shirts.
But that's where it's like, I feel like maybe a nuance is that you have that notion to where you're like checking all of these tasks to do because it's how you show your love and appreciation for me, the kids, even our practices, our businesses, all this stuff is like, what all of these list things can I get done? And sometimes I'm like, oh, or just, forget the list and hang out with me.
Yeah.
Oh, that stressed her out.
Yeah.
Me just saying
yeah,
it, y'all.
It did. And it's like, even if we sat down and watched a movie, it's like I have to make sure that the whole kitchen is clean and like the soft light is on, like just
Never
the
the
lamps.
big light.
Yeah, it's just the lamps, and make sure that everything is cleaned up and ready to go, because then I can actually like focus. My brain isn't, it's loud in here. It's loud in my brain.
I bet.
And sometimes I just wish I had your life.
Just one thing at a time.
No,
that's me. That's all I can do.
Yeah. So
but I think it can be, let's talk specifically about, the albeit controversial topic of like gender roles. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do you think that line is drawn? Like, as a man, I would say more often than not, I might be wrong for this, but I would think more often than not, men are singular in their focus.
Yeah.
Like we got a one-track mind.
Yeah.
And if that ain't the thing that's on our mind, we can only do one thing at a time.
Yes. And I feel like, I think the only, specific roles is just that the man is supposed to be the protector, I feel like. And
sure,
the woman is supposed to be more of the nourisher and loving. But, I see women on the internet putting together their own cabinets and using like the big saw.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, your husband must
you.
be in there on an Excel sheet, because like you do all of those things and I am more.
Sure.
And so I really think that opposites attract. So it's hard to say that like, oh, well, men just do like the hard work, because some women are really, really good at that. And so I feel like in their relationship, it's probably opposite, but all in all, I feel like you guys are supposed to protect us.
Well, we talk about it all the time. I mean, I think there's spenders or savers, and I don't think too much of that is gender specific. I do think, like you're saying, there's an opposite in the relationship. Somebody's a spender, somebody's a saver, somebody's a prepper, somebody's a go with the flow kind of notion. And so I think those instances are not always gender driven, but they are oftentimes opposite. There's very few things. I mean, we're in the same mindset and we have an aligned mindset on many of the things in our life, thankfully. However, our roles in them can be quite different, right?
Yeah.
And so I would say in the biblical household, there is a role as far as genders go. We want to see like God, husband, wife, children in that, but it's not in this so much so sense that it's like hierarchy and submissive and all this kind of stuff. It's just that like if a man is a man after God's own heart, we'll use the language of what is described as David. If he's living his life appropriately, in step, in pursuit, first and foremost, in my opinion, his number one task is actually pursuing a relationship with Jesus. And if he's doing that appropriately, then his household is in order, right? Then he's doing that. And so maybe like, I don't know, I've had this asked to me before, and it's not that I'm some marriage guru, secret sauce kind of guy, but somebody asked like, what's the secret to a successful or happy marriage and relationship. And I didn't have to think about it very long, but ultimately I think it's service. Like if you're trying to outserve the other one, and I'm going to speak specifically to the men right here, is like, if you're trying to outserve your wife, well, first of all, good luck, at least in my situation, that is like your number one strength. But if there are times where I'm like, hey, I'm doing this for you, and we have that understanding, that's helpful. But I think when we model our lives after Christ, we've talked about it on this podcast a million times, but Ephesians 5, everybody likes to talk about that. And guys will joke and be like, wives, submit to your husbands, whatever. But it goes on, it says, men, submit to your wives and give up your life just as Christ gave up his. And that's my paraphrasing, but it's like, it says, serve your wife in the way that Christ served the church. And what did Jesus do to establish the church?
Mm-hmm.
We talk about this all the time, is he died for it,
mm-hmm.
right? He laid down his life. No one took it from him. He laid down his life so that we can all have a way to go. And so I think if we want our houses to fall into order, we do all these things. Like, we can joke, like, I'm not a multitasker. I'm not, going to check off all the boxes on the to-do list, anything like that. But I do believe that our number one singular focus as men should be to model the life of Christ as much as we can, and then see the outcome of that, and how our house falls into order, so to speak.
Yeah, I completely agree.
What, you don't want to fight me about it?
No, I don't.
Oh.
You're always wanting to debate.
I do like a good, strong debate. And by debate, I just mean conversation.
Yeah.
Like playfully take the opposing side.
Mm-hmm.
Not you specifically, but anybody that wants to have a conversation with me, we can take opposite sides. I don't even have to agree in the side that I take, and I can argue it well.
I think our kids have that in them.
Defiance is a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's another term for it. So
you say that. What is that? We do that, like we're at this thing, and you're like, sometimes your defenses are up. I'm like, I'm not fighting you. And you're like, yeah, but you always do.
Yeah.
I jokingly say, yeah, but my life. What do I do on yours? Like, I guess yeah, but in the same way.
Yeah. I'll have to come up with a term for it. I'm trying to think.
I don't know. But
I don't know. Can't think of it. But I am curious what it's like in your household, if you're the multitasker or your spouse is a multitasker, if you're male or female. So you have to let us know so we can settle this debate once and for all. And maybe your husband is also really good at just watching water boil.
You're welcome.
From the bottom of our hearts, we want to say thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, please share it with someone you know and leave a review. By doing so, we're able to grow this community of amazing people just like you and raise a generation of children that know God and do His will on earth. We'll see you next time.
This is the Natural Parents Podcast with Ryan and Abbie Hukin.